today I just wanted to talk very briefly about something that I want to go into more detail about, and that is embracing the shadow self, embracing our ego and our pain body. Because how do we move beyond it? There's a lot of talk at the moment. There's a lot of people saying, to push the ego away, to push the pain away, and to focus on joyful feelings. And it's almost like pushing these negatives or dark side of ourselves as we see it to one side and only focusing on the positives. And the problem with that is we're never going to really get anywhere, because by doing so, we're judging certain things as being negative when really they're just things that we need to experience and go through. We need to get to the point where we can embrace everything about ourselves and not judge anything about ourselves. And that includes the things that we may term to be ego, shadow self, pain body. The true way to go beyond that is to collapse the duality within by embracing all that is. And by embracing all that is, we stop going into our head, we stop putting judgments on things and putting judgments on ourselves. And by doing so, we can really just be in the moment and allow things to be as they are. And by doing so, we will surrender, and we will enable that duality inside to collapse. And then we won't need to experience it on the outside either. I just feel this is a big part that people are missing out on right now by trying to judge their pain body as being wrong and a bad thing and a negative thing. And in doing so, are placing a judgment upon the pain body and the ego and kind of keeping it going, because then you feel a victim to the pain body, because you sit there and you think, why does all this stuff keep happening to me? And by doing so, you're just bringing in the head more and more and more and more, and you're just not able to be in the moment. So really, this video is about embracing everything and giving everything love and giving everything complete non-judgment. I have a little story actually that kind of highlights this. I had a bit of an addiction for a time to having psychic readings, and for a while I started to judge myself for that. Well, for a long time, because I said, well, even though I don't have the same amount now as I did at one point in my life, I have this whole judgment whenever I go and get one of, it's a waste of money, like, what are you doing? You're looking without, you're not looking within, you're putting your future into someone else's hands, you don't believe in it anyway. So before I've even had the reading, all these kind of thoughts are telling me why I shouldn't have it. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and I said, I kind of fancy a reading, but I know I shouldn't have one because, of all these reasons. And she said, because we've both been practicing non-judgment together, and she said, but you're judging yourself. You're judging yourself for having a reading. Why don't you just embrace it and go and have one? And I thought, she's right. If I'm going to really move into surrender, I need to surrender to every part of me, and that includes the things that I might think are wrong. So I went and I had one, and I was drawn to a specific person, and it's somebody I'd had a reading with before, and she knows that I also read. And she asked if I wanted to exchange a reading. And she said she'd really wanted to talk to me, and she'd been calling out for me, and I must have heard her call. And she really needed some help with something. So all the judgment I put on myself about wasting money, I didn't pay for the reading. I helped somebody out. I came away from it feeling amazing. I then didn't really feel the need to have another one, and probably won't for a while now. It sort of satisfied me on every level because I didn't judge myself for having it. I just thought, well, it's a bit of fun, I fancy it, and I'm going to have it. it's that kind of sense of what we really resist and we judge and we put all this emphasis on it being bad. It just keeps on repeating over and over and over again, because there's no way you can stop doing something when you're stopping because you are judging yourself for doing it. As soon as you really truly embrace all those negative sides of you, you'll be able to fold them down anyway. So that's what today's video is about. It's very quick, and I do want to look into this in more detail because I know it probably wasn't the best presentation tonight. I just really wanted to get some notes down and kind of put a few things across. And I will finish it off at a future time. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.